Hey there, Sart here. So I've got one more rank 1 clear using or featuring the new Wondrous Flash Lightning for you guys. The last one was just a bit of a flex clear where, I use the avatars, Tenet, chainmail. I know not everybody has that, and I definitely don't suggest you guys go out and get it just for this Clash of Wills, because in fact there is a way to get around it with no tank and no avatars Tenet, and you can still do this clear. And this is going to be the way you do that is you basically rely on the green magic that you get from certain espers such as Carbuncle and from Shiva and from Anima, because all you really need is you need fire, ice, lightning, and dark resists for this fight. So as long as you can gear your team for 70% fire, ice, lightning, and 80% dark, then you can basically make you can basically do the same thing that Avatar's Tenet does, right? And you can gear your team and you can resist all the magic, and there is no tank needed. Okay, so let's go ahead and get in here and see how we get this done, and then I'll show you the gear at the end. All right, so we'll start off as usual. Dagger's just going to start singing because that's what Dagger does. You notice I've got the Cloud remake this time, not Cloud Strife. All right, so this is the OG Cloud. He is fully crowned, and he does have a form of preemptive LB boost. I will say he does need one. He needs a form of preemptive LB boost for him to deal the type of damage that you're going to see him doing here. All right. So that's either Reagan's STMR or Titus's STMR. In my case, it's Reagan's STMR. He also has 10,000 needles. So that takes care of our AoE Mirage for turn 1. It's the only turn you need it. Now let's take care of our elemental resist. So Wilk is going to use Enshrouded by Darkness, which comes from Anima Esper. That's a 70% dark buff to the party, so everyone is 80% dark resist innately. Nora is going to do Bar Blizzaga, which takes care of our ice resist. Zahn is going to dual cast Bar Thundaga and Bar Fireaga from Carbuncle Esper, and that takes care of our fire and lightning, so we are fully covered. Alright, Lightning's going to do Spark Strike, Rusty Engine, and the whole world is against us for the mod boost to her LB. Okay, you see Dagger is passively provoking the non-elemental single target magic attack there, and she does just fine. No problem. Wilk countered there just because he's wearing a Blizzard Orb for the resists. Alright, Wilk can now use Rock Style Quake Blade to activate his 90% break. Cloud can just guard on this turn. Nora is going to do her Conqueror of Machines for the Machine Killer, and then Zahn, proving once again that he is the best global exclusive unit in the game, has the longest shelf life of any unit, bar none. He's going to come in and steal that Machine Killer. He'll spread it to the party next turn. Alright, Lightning will do Thundaga to imbue the party, Spark Strike, and we'll just do Rusty Engine again, just to have something to do for that third action. Alright, and yep, as you can see, doesn't matter what the boss throws at us, we are resisting everything. Alright, so time to prepare. So Cloud, we'll just do Sonic Dodge, Ignition, and Elemental Burst Lightning so that he's prepped. Nice thing about the Cloud remake is that his mod boost cooldown works on both of his LBs, both his Brave Shift and his normal form LB. Very, very nice. Cannot say the same thing about Cloud Strife, which actually makes Cloud Strife a worse option for this particular strategy because you can't hide in one form and then, shift on the burst turn. Cloud Strife would have to shift on this turn to buff his Brave Shifted LB, so it doesn't work nearly as well. Alright, Nora is going to, on this turn, she's going to do Magic Entrapment for the Imperil field, Esoteric Lightning for the Imperil, and Tormented Torment for the Amp and the Mag Store. All right. Gonna save Zon because we got to do the 90% break first with Wilk, because that also does a 400% attack buff, which Zon is going to steal as well. So we're going to come in here. He's going to do critical mirror on Wilk to steal the 400% attack buff, and then projected mirror to project all of that to the party. See, he's got the 250 machine killer. He is good to go. Okay. So now Lightning's got the machine killer, perfect. All right, so now Lightning can just do Spark Strike, Elemental Burst Lightning, and How I Live is up to me for the gun and sword in peril. Nora is dual wielding guns this time to take advantage of the gun in peril. All right. So, yep. Practically no damage taken. All right, so this is why Cloud Remake works very well in this fight, because now he can shift to his normal form where he does his LB, which comes with the 40% Greatsword in Peril before damage. Very, very handy. So you can give him, you know, Buster Sword. You don't have to worry about trying to fit a sword or a gun on him. All right, Dagger's going to go ahead and summon Rameau for the Amp Field. Okay, Nora will do her Magnus. Zon's going to just triple bolting strike. Bum, 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 2, 3. Wilk's going to come back to normal so that he can triple bolting strike as well. 1, 2, 3. All right, Lightning's going to shift and do her Brave Shifted LB. All right. Now, unfortunately, what this means is Nora only has an 85% Spirit Break. So if you have Angeal, put Angeal in place of Wilk. And that should help out with Nora a little bit. Or if you saw my first rank 1 clear, you saw that I used, what's his name? That guy, Hawkeye. I used Hawkeye because when he gets his crowns, his 90% defense break also turns into an 88% spirit break, so a slightly higher spirit break for Nora, which allows her to deal more damage. Just makes it, makes sure you hit the damage cap more consistently if you have someone with a higher spirit break as well. But I'm going to do Wilk here just to prove that you don't necessarily need it. All right, so we're going to start Cloud. He's got a bit of a wind-up. I then send my chainers, and hopefully we hit that 24.5 billion or higher. Let's see how we do. Okay. Let's see. Looking for 24.5 or higher. How'd we do? How'd we do? Show me something good. What'd we get? Nice. 25.2. Well over the damage cap. 108 hit chain. Looking good. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Let's see what the damage spread looks like. Obviously, Lightning is going to be doing the bulk of the damage, but let's see how Cloud Remake stacks up. Yeah, not too bad. Look at that. So Lightning actually rolled a bit low. She's usually doing over 15 billion. But Cloud making up the difference. He rolled a bit higher. He usually rolls closer to just 7 billion. He rolled almost 8. That's really, really good. You see Nora not doing quite as well at like 2.4, 2.5, which is pretty standard for her because we only have that 85% spirit break. So if you did bring someone like Angeal, or if you brought Hawkeye, like I did in my first rank 1 clear, she would easily do another billion damage on top of that with the higher spirit break. Like the breaks do make that big of a difference. So going from like a 85 to an 88 or an 85 to an 89% break is massive when the bosses have no stat passives. So yeah, she would easily do another billion. You know, if I had Angeal, she'd probably be doing close to like 4 bill. Obviously, if my Nora was EX2, she'd be doing even more, right? But yeah, so that's how it spreads out. But you see Cloud Remake doing very, very well for himself. For such an old unit, the upgrades that he got definitely made him very, very strong. Almost almost at Cloud Strife level, which is pretty impressive, considering that Cloud Strife is a premium unit from, not that long ago. And so, yeah, he does very, very well for himself for an old unit. I mean, Cloud was the original Neovision unit, and he's making a comeback. So that's really good to see. All right, let's take a look at the gear. Let's see how that shakes out. Let's see how we managed this. So if you've seen any of my previous clears, this is all going to look pretty similar, except in our in Lightning's base form, we need to make sure that she is geared for at least, like I said, at least 70% fire, ice, lightning, and at least 80% dark. And so in order to do that for lightning, I just gave her Diabolus Synergy, which comes from Dark Spirit Soul. Does an 80% dark resist right off the bat. And then Wigan Heart is really fantastic because it does 60% to fire, ice, lightning, and that's Renoa's, the 5-star Renoa's STMR. And you can put as many of those on a unit as you want. They are stackable. So, check your inventory. You probably got about 1 billion Renoa's in your inventory. And so, yeah, just grab a few of those STMRs. Those are very, very handy for this particular scenario. In her Bracious form, obviously all of her damage, all my best gear goes into her Bracious form for pure damage there. Okay. And yeah, this is the EX3 card you get from Elena from the anniversary. And yeah, she's capped up on everything there, everything she needs. Okay. So Zahn's got to have Obsidian Bracer. Well, actually, he doesn't have to have it now that I think about it. But he has all the resists that he needs. And here's the gear that I used to get those resists. Again, you see Winged Heart and Diabolus Synergy there again. Didn't put a vision card on him because I didn't want to assume that you would use a crystal on that. All right, Dagger, again, just make sure she's got all of her resists. She's passive provoke with perfect provocation. I wanted to go with you. Call of the Wild there just because mine is only EX1. So I need the LB fill because I wanted to go with you. Does cost 8 LB gauge. So put in Call of the Wild, make sure she has that. And yeah, that's all she really needs. Wilk, so in his normal form, just geared him for damage, but as you can see, it was irrelevant, so you can ignore that. In his Brave Shift form, though, he does need his STMR to activate that ability to unlock his 90% break, and then, just geared to get him all the resists that he needs. So here's the gear that I used to do that. Some Bahamut synergies, not really necessary. That was from my previous clear, where I had to very quickly refill the Esper gauge between turns 3 and 4. Don't really need it on this one. All right, that's all he needs. Nora, so as you can see, she definitely needs a little bit more help with the resists, but she has to also be geared for damage in this form because she's an SLB unit. It's actually not as hard to get her those resists as you might think. Chic Summer Hat is nice because it does 50% fire. Dark Robe for 30% dark. Garland's Cloak is nice because it does 30% across the board. And then, yeah, that's all she really needs. So she actually has a good amount of resists already across the board, which is kind of nice. I think Gumi maybe thought about that when they were building her. They gave her some good resists to start off with. And she's good on Machine Killer, which is all she needs. Doesn't need LB damage. 2 guns there. You see, I know these are both limited event weapons, but I think you can get these now in the Chamber of the Seals. So Jaden's gun is from the War of the Visions event and can be upgraded. Zero Pulsar is from the Dark Lineage event, I think. And so I think you can get both of those now from the Chamber of Seals if you missed those events. So look out for those. So Cloud in his normal form, this is where all of his damage is. So obviously, best gear I could give him in his normal form. You see no tenets gear, that's the Ruler's Chainmail. Indestructible Light, and then Bunny Bosom Buddies because he needs 2 forms of Chain Cat boost. If you don't have Bunny Bosom Buddies, just put a high attack card in there and then give him like the Magister's Ring instead of one of these Crescent Moon Charms, and that'll work just fine. And then, yeah, just some Esper stats, and, he caps everything else very, very easily. good to go. In his brace shift form, all right, just elemental resists. Make sure he's covered on his elemental resist. So here's what I used to hit those resists. All right, preemptive LB boost is from Blades of Black Flame Reagan. You definitely have to have that so he gets the 100 times mod boost to his LB. 10,000 needles for the Mirage. If you have Titus's STMR, you can put that on this form. All right, it has to be on this form, and he has to start in Brave Shift form. So keep that in mind. All right, and I think that's it. Yep. All right, I think I'm pretty much done with this World of Visions event. If there's anything else you guys would like me to cover, just feel free to let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to do some other either some other stages from this World of Visions event, if there was one you're having trouble with, or if you'd like to see me do, take Lightning into some trials or something, just let me know in the comments below, and I'd be happy to do that for you. So thank you so much for following me, and I'll see you on the other side.